Fizi and all of my classmates. My name is Saidatul Amira binti Rosita Elias Mokhtar. Okay, I will be present about a summary of this case study. This case study is about Putrajaya, the making of a new city. In this case study, we will come out with the objectives of Putrajaya development, the uniqueness of Tuanku Mizan Zainal Abidin Mosque, reasons why that residents in Putrajaya are discouraged to build solid fence around their residence area, and the bird diagram based on example of project activities in mosque construction, and also identify the critical activities and the project completion time according to bird diagram. Nowadays, Putrajaya has become a beautiful and a planned city with its own landmark architecture, modernity, and its spirit community from the small city which only 49 square kilometers. Putrajaya was the idea of the then Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad. It became Malaysia's third federal territory after Kuala Lumpur and Labuan in 2001.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Irdina Naifah, and today I'm going to present to you about case study of Putrajaya. Question 1. The objectives of Putrajaya development. First, national development. By making more productive use of both human and natural resources, it is able to meet the needs and expectations of its people. It is further complicated by the fact that production is usually recorded in simple quantitative terms, and performance metric should always represent output quality. Its success is calculated by the number of residents or employment created rather than by its effectiveness in promoting the achievement of specific national objectives. For example, urban planners are looking at particular problems in a city such as economic, social, or environmental issues that could be addressed with a restructured sector plan. Next, national identity. Putrajaya is planned and built on land that has been transformed from rural to urban development into a self-sufficient city, while Putrajaya's preparation, by comparison, is the establishment of a new settlement with its own governing authority. For example, the landmark building defines our country itself.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Izzah binti Saleh. For question number 2 is uniqueness of Tuanku Mizan Zainal Abidin Mosque. First one, make it appear to flow on Lake Putrajaya. The holy structure known colloquially as Iron Mosque, built right next to the Millennium Monument at Putra Lake, proclaim the strength and power of Islam. The mosque is located nearby the beautiful lake border and gives panoramic views of the lake and other Putrajaya views. Second, the Iron Mosque was labeled for the 6,000 tons of steel used in its construction. This mosque is structured, of which 70% is made of steel. The planners and the contractor has this aim of defining 3 design principles for this building, such as simplicity, airiness, and transparency. At the same time, meet the strong demand for accountability and technology. Third, the mosque is shaped by German and Chinese architecture and exclude minarets, fans, and air conditioning. The innovative cooling system, which tends to GKD's scale stainless steel mesh, has caused air conditioning and fan superflows give the building its special atmospheric efficiency. The semi-transparent spiral mesh, however, offer adequate cover from the sun and rain for worshippers. Instead, a fountain courtyard, large open space, and lattice walls were implemented to cool the interiors and promote ventilation. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afiq Daniel bin Muhammad Fazil, and now I'll be presenting the answer for the question number 3. Why residences in Putrajaya are discouraged to build solid fence? As you can see in this picture, these are the solid fence that not been built in Putrajaya, as it can fully block their vision. One of the reasons why the residences in Putrajaya discourage building solid fences are because it can encourage interaction and a caring society through community policing and permeability in development. This also will increase their mutual trust with each other, as they believe there are no boundaries between them. In Putrajaya, they use hedges, shrubs, and trees in replacement for the fences to demarcate one house from the next. If they use solid fences, it will be hard for them to interact with each other, as the fences will block their vision. Next, as you can see in this picture now, these are the permeable fences that sometimes been used in Putrajaya. Next, the reason they are not using solid fences is because in Putrajaya they much prefer using permeable fences. This is because this fence will help them enhance the security through increased interaction and proactive community involvement and responsibility. With permeable fences, people can see through the fences and it has much smaller bars with a big gap between them. For example, if there is a burglary happen in a certain house, other people can easily see it, as the fences is not blocking their other neighbor's view. Hence, it will prevent any bad things like burglary happening again. That is all from me. Thank you.
As for the question 4 in this case study, this is the PERT diagram based on example of project activities in mosque construction in Putrajaya. First, activity A and activity B. Activity A took time for 2 weeks and activity B took time for 3 weeks. Second, activity C. Activity C is after activity A and took time for 2 weeks. Third, activity D. Activity D is after activity A and B. To get activity D, we need to dummy activity A to activity B. Activity D took time for 4 weeks. Fourth, both activity E and F is after activity C. Activity E took time for 4 weeks, while activity F took time for 3 weeks. Fifth, activity G. Activity G is after activity D and E and took time for 5 weeks. Activity G took the longest time among other activities. 6. Activity H. Activity H is after activity F and G. Activity H took time for 2 weeks. And we close this PERT diagram with number 7.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Shazana Alia binti Rosli. For this case study, I will explain about question 5. Identify critical activities and determine the completion time. To know the critical activity and completion time, we need to find EET and LET. EET is earliest event time, while LET is latest event time. Firstly, we need make a table to put the number. We must start EET with 0. For activity A, it will end in 2 weeks. For activity B, it will end in 3 weeks. For activity B, 0 plus 3 equal to 3. It will end in 3 weeks. If the diagram have dummy, we must calculate the dummy too. We will put the highest one on the table. Activity C will process after activity A. Activity C takes 2 weeks to end. So, 2 from activity A plus 2 from activity C. So, it will calculate as 4 weeks. Activity D, it took 4 weeks to finish. We need to calculate 2 times because it has 2 errors. We will continue with activity G. Activity G can be processed after activity E and D finish. Next, for activity H will be processed after activity F and G. Weeks in activity C is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Weeks in activities B is 3. 3 plus 4 equal to 7. We must take the highest one, which is 8 weeks. Activity F has 3 weeks, while activity 8 has 5 weeks. So, we must calculate from 2 activities because it has 2 errors. We need to plus the weeks before, which is 4 weeks, plus with weeks in activity F. 4 plus 3 equal to 7. Then we continue with weeks in activity G, which is 5. 8 plus 5 equal to 13. And the last one is activity H. Activity H took 2 weeks to finish. So, 13 plus 2 equal to 15. To make the LET, we need to take the latest earliest time, which is 15. To make a LET, it have a little bit different with EET. It was like you written, H have 2 weeks, so 15 minus 2 equal to 13. 15 weeks is refer to the finish of the project. If it has 2 errors, you must calculate from the choose activities. For example, the number in platform 6, which is 13, minus with 3 from activity F. So, 13 minus 3 equal to 10. Then, you minus from activity G, which is 13 minus 5 equal to 8. And you must take the lowest one, which is 13 minus 5 is 8. 8 is the lowest one because the total from 13 minus 3 is 10. Last but not least, for the last one, if we get 0, That means our PET diagram is correct. Last but not least, to know the completion time, we need to refer the EET. The completion time project finish in 15 weeks. For the critical part is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Critical activity in this case study is A, C, E, G, and H. To know the critical activity, we need to calculate all the weeks in the diagram. This is because they only have a limit times to finish the project.